Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to iTouch App Reviewers. In this video, I have a few things to share with you that Apple actually released today. And the first and probably biggest is that Apple seeds the first beta of iOS 11.1 to developers today. So if you are a developer and you have the beta profile on your phone, you can now go ahead and install iOS 11.1. There weren't a lot of changes, just a lot of under the hood stuff, but it was a 2 GB file to download. Keep that in mind. But it does have its own glitches and stuff because it's the first beta of a 0.1, so keep that in mind. But yeah, like the lock screen animation's a little faster, and there are some other nice things that were fixed, but again, there are its own bugs within it. Now, the biggest story that I wanted to go over today was that Apple shares in-depth security info on Face ID in a new white paper and support document. So a lot of people weren't really sure what goes on with Face ID. We know a little bit about Touch ID, but Face ID is a whole different animal here. So I'm gonna pull open the white paper here. It's maybe 4 or 5 pages long. It's not too bad. I actually read all of it, and it wasn't a bad read, actually. If you guys are into security at all, you're definitely going to want to read this, especially if you're going to get the iPhone 10. But it really just goes over how Face ID works when it doesn't work, such as the Face ID fail video that I did that got 78,000 views already. It's still blowing up. And it actually wasn't a fail. And I'm going to go over why it wasn't based on this white paper, as well as give you guys some information on Face ID that I think will help you when you have your iPhone 10 to feel a little bit more secure that Apple's not transmitting your data, to some secret server or whatever. So basically, there's a little bit of an introduction here, but you have to use your passcode instead of Face ID during these circumstances. The device has just been turned on or restarted. That's probably not what happened at the event. The device hasn't been unlocked for more than 48 hours. That also probably wasn't what happened at the event. The passcode hasn't been used to unlock the device in the last 156 hours, which is 6.5 days, and Face ID has not unlocked the device in the last 4 hours. So this kind of, what it does is it kind of forces you to remember your passcode because it's going to force you to put it in. So I don't know if you've ever picked up your phone and tried to use Touch ID and it didn't work. That could mean that you just you've been using your Touch ID on your phone for the past, I don't know how long it is for Touch ID. Let's say it's the same, I don't know, but let's say it's 6.5 days. And then you go to sleep overnight, you wake up and it's asking for your passcode. You're like, why? I didn't do anything. Why is this asking me for my passcode instead of my Touch ID? It's probably something similar to this. It's kind of, I think, just to keep the passcode fresh in your mind and kind of make you use it a little bit. So I don't really know for sure, but that's just my guess. But that also probably was not what happened at the Apple event. The device has received a remote lock command, again, probably not what happened at the Apple event. After 5 unsuccessful attempts to match a face, it requires a passcode. This is probably what happened at the Apple event. The person who was setting up the demo, not Craig, probably accidentally scanned his face 4 or 5 times. And when Craig went up there to use it and unlock with his face, it didn't work because it locked itself out, so it wanted the passcode. It's a security feature. This is something that is very important. If someone's trying to hack into your phone and use their face, they're gonna do it more than 5 times probably. So after 5 times, this is gonna shut them out and it's gonna say, no, put in your passcode or GTFO. So yeah, that's a good thing. So that's a security feature. After initiating power off/emergency SOS by pressing and holding either volume button and the side button simultaneously for 2 seconds, that will also force you to put in your passcode. There are 3 things that you guys probably want to know if you're watching this video, and that is Face ID data, including mathematical representations of your face, is encrypted and only available to the secure enclave. The data never leaves the device. It is not sent to Apple, nor is it included in device backups. The following Face ID data is saved, encrypted only for use by the secure enclave during normal operation. And that is the infrared images of your face captured during enrollment. So it does keep some of those apparently. The mathematical representations of your face calculated during enrollment. So of course it has to keep that. And the mathematical representations of your face calculated during some unlock attempts if Face ID deems them useful to augment future matching. So what that basically means is if your face changes a little, so let's say you're growing a little bit of a beard, you get glasses, contacts, a scarf, regular glasses, a hat, it's going to notice these things and store a little bit of information about it. Probably the best example would be a beard because that slowly grows and it's going to, every time it scans, it's going to say, if it was you, it's going to store that and say, okay, this looks a little different. It's still him, but he's changed a little bit, or possibly makeup on girls. So it's going to basically learn about you a little bit but only store it on the device, and it's going to use that to unlock the phone better for you. So that's definitely a good thing, or at least that's what this seems to be implying here. So overall, Face ID seems pretty secure. There's a little bit more to this document, but I'm not going to get too technical on you guys. You guys can go ahead and read it for yourself. But overall, Face ID seems just about as secure as Touch ID does, and I'm pretty comfortable with Touch ID. So I'm sure Face ID I will get comfortable with as well over time, but we'll have to see. On top of this, Apple actually launched a new privacy page on their website to kind of go over these other privacy things in a little bit more simplified detail, I guess, for average consumers and stuff. They got these pretty pictures and just little blurbs about everything, and you guys can go ahead to their website and check that out as well. So that's really all I got for this video, guys. If you liked it, hit it with a big thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.